I might be a little nervous doing these videos, and everything is off the cuff. So, what is a super soldier? It's me. I am a created human, Joseph Mangley, the angel of death from World War II. Acquired an embryo and used gene splicing. I have my biological mother, biological father's DNA, as well as the Rothschild who paid Joe the mechanic. I nicknamed him Joe the Mechanic because if I ever had a problem, he would fix my wagon, whether it was my fault or somebody else's fault. Didn't matter. He would fix my wagon. I would no longer have a problem. I have the DNA of the Rothschild who paid him money to create me. And that same Rothschild created other human beings. And I have Anunnaki DNA in me. When these elongated skulls and giants are found, even dinosaur bones, inside the bones is still viable tissue. If you take that viable tissue to a D-Wave super quantum computer and some Nazi mastermind scientists, they can reanimate that DNA. Why was it done? Well, the elites, the Bilderberg Group families, specifically the 13 Illuminati families, those 13 Illuminati families, within those 13 families are the 10 serpent seed bloodlines that Lucifer baraked, that Lucifer blessed. 10 different bloodlines. And those 13 families contain those 10 bloodlines. So they are spitting in Abba's eye. They are also setting up a secondary race. They're trying to bring back the fallen ones and backbreed to these different alien races. These elite families did it to have a military of their own. I can only put you in my shoes. It's hard for me to explain to you why they did it. I can explain to you how it felt to go through it. The same man who paid Joe the Mechanic money to create me would technically be my father. Well, that man impregnated me. And the first child that was born of mine was a son. And that son was sacrificed. The elite families, the firstborn child is always sacrificed. Always. And they also keep it in the family. Incest is huge in these elite families. They definitely keep it in the bloodline. And it's all to spit in Heavenly Abba Yahuwah's eye. It's all to damage and sabotage his creation. Joseph Mangley took the embryo with the different types of DNA that he spliced together, and I was implanted in my mother's womb. When I was born, while I was in the womb, my training as a super soldier began, sadly, and I was traumatized in my mother's womb so bad that when my mother delivered me, I was born breech. I was bent in half and my butt came out first. I was born 5 pounds, 12 ounces. I dropped down to 5 pounds, 1 ounce. And this is important if you're researching this topic. Because I went up to 5 pounds, 3 ounces, they allowed me to leave the hospital with my mother when she left. All my life, I have 2 sets of memories. One set in deep underground military bases and above ground government facilities and other places. And my second set of memories was on the surface of the earth with my grandmother and grandfather raising me, and then me raising my half sister. And I went to college. I worked for Pharmacia and AT&T. I did martial arts. I wrote a lot of poetry that was published and I won awards for. I also won awards for my martial arts. So I had a regular, normal life. But I also had a second life, and I was born into these projects. MKultra, stemming from Operation Paperclip. Operation Paperclip at the end of World War II saved 1,500 different Nazi scientists and elites, Adolf Hitler's best buddies, and they were taken to different parts of the world, Argentina, Canada, America, the Americas, so that they could continue on with not only their human experimentation, but also their sorcery. And many people were their proteges. They're in the dumps. Many people looked up to Joseph Mengele. I had Stockholm syndrome over him, and that's why I talk about him. The other white lab coats and handlers, I will not give you their names. I fear for my life. Some of them are still alive, and even if they're not alive, there's too many connections to even the deceased names. There is an MKultra project for every letter of the Greek alphabet, and I went through alpha, beta, delta, gamma, oh boy, omega. I went through all of them. Again, I was born into these projects. And once they were finished programming and training me, they sent me out on missions and assignments, assassination missions, assignments. The one assassination assignment was against the Rothschild family. And I distinctly remember saying, they're not my family. Grandma and Papa, Millie and Bill Gabry, they are my family. Please research these topics for yourself and go before Heavenly Abba. Ask him to teach you directly, and also test all spirits. And I thank you so much for your time, and excuse me that this is the second time I'm shooting the video. I'm trying to think of what, where, why, when, and how. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Thank you.